Yeah, we're live. I missed the little red thing, so I was like, "Are we live?" We are. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I am Sarah, the traveling button, and this is my awesome husband, David, with Junk Drunk Mantiques, and we tied into some cool stuff this week, did we not?
Yes, we did. Some really cool stuff. Stuff that I would like to keep.
Yes. Yeah. Some high-end fancy pants goodies. I even have right now this beautiful velvet tufted East Lake antique parlor rocker. It's on Facebook Marketplace. So if any of you guys are local and you're looking for an antique kind of Victorian style East Lake 1860s to like 1880s era, it was reupholstered in the 50s. And this thing is so pretty. Let me show you a picture.
It was like going to like Antiques Roadshow or like, you know, how the American Classics, they go out on the road. Same type of thing, just things you don't see. Yeah.
Is that gorgeous or what? Look at the top
Good
of
in
it.
the office.
Yeah, it is so beautiful. And it's been really, really nicely taken care of. Yeah, Steph said keep the castle chair. Yeah, it's really low to the ground too. And it's designed for like a men's kind of smoking parlor where they can sit back, kick back. It reclines a bit. And it's a rocker. So it has this pedestal that it's built on. And it has these ginormous springs that it sits on a pedestal, and then it allows it to rock without it scooting. So even 1860s to 1890s, they did not want their rockers to scoot on the carpet. And ingenuity wins. They invented this parlor rocker. So it's really cool. It's beautiful. We got it for a song, and we went to a private pick Thursday and found some really lovely high-end items. So we have those tonight. And again, if anybody's in Colorado Springs, Denver area, come grab an East Lake chair and I'll give you a good deal. So welcome in, you guys. It's nice to have everybody with us tonight. Thank you, David, for being here.
Well, yeah, thank me.
David was it?
Thank me. No, yeah, I'm so excited. Like, yeah, we had fun getting the stuff, looking the things up, and finding some history.
Yes.
Yeah, and it felt kind of honored to be able to touch some of these things because they've lasted for so long. Mm-hmm. And they were part of someone's very important family collection. So all that mattered to him was that it's going to find a good home where it's going to be loved. So we were like, yeah, that is our audience. That's our people.
That's our peeps. I know. Yes, Stephanie says, yes, David, thanks for showing up.
I don't always show up.
He was feeling a little punky right before the sale, but it's called too much caffeine, not enough food. So I made a big pot of chicken and noodles yesterday to try to get us through the next 3 days before we order groceries. So towards the end of the broadcast, if you guys will remind me to have David, who is downstairs, put the chicken and noodles on, so we will eat after the sale. Yes. Yeah. No more Alani's for David, Steph.
Just rolling with the girls. Some mild coffee.
Yeah, no more Alani's for David. My guy was flying around, doing stuff till about 1:30 that night. Yeah. But you didn't sleep till about 1:30 that night. So.
Once I fell asleep, wow.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Terza says, "Oh my God, that was me today with Alani." Yes, he did, Susan. He's been drinking coffee all day, and we've been trying to find out the most we can about these beautiful items that we have tonight. And we've both been just drinking coffee all day. My neck is stiff, and I need food too, but I'll be fine. Welcome, you guys. Welcome in. Oh, Lord, Stephanie.
Don't want that.
Oh. No, thank you.
Goodness, I have a rolling chair. You see me just kind of coming in and out. Hey, next time I'm going to show you this. Hey, $55, and just kind of slide around.
Right. But no mistaking, lamb chop is not available for $55. No, it's not. No. That's our baby Lammy. Yeah. Welcome in, you guys. It's nice to see all the regulars and some new faces. Hello, hello. If you are brand new, please pop out in the chat and say howdy. We want to welcome you in. And we are here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, as well as every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have been trying our luck over on eBay for a few weeks. We took a week off over there. We'll probably be doing a sale over there at some point this week. And then, let me look at my calendar. I have something else. What is it?
You're doing on knickknacks on Thursday.
Yes, that's what it is.
Halloween, I believe.
Yes, Thursday the 30th at 4:15 my time, which would be 6:15 Eastern. We are doing a halfway to Halloween train, and it's just 15-minute slots. So come hang out if you like Halloween. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of cool sellers over there. And that's going to be going on all day on Thursday the 30th. And you can find me, and I'll post the link in the group and all that. But you can find me at 4:15 Mountain Time. All right. So definitely come join us over there on Thursday. Susan Lee's wanting to bet on lamb chop.
I opened up a can of worms. Listen, guys, you would have to pry her from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
My ghost would find you. So.
Right. Like David will not give up his child for anything. Are you kidding me? Like that is his child. So
right.
Yes. Welcome in, you guys. I want to see who's at the top of the chat. Yeah. Victoria is our awesome bid ender tonight. So Vic, thanks for donating your time. We appreciate you a whole bunch. Thank you. And she is welcoming everybody. Guys, make sure you're in all messages or live chat. Please do send some good vibes to my girl Lisa, who is also a mod and bid ender for us. She's going through a lot with her mom right now, and she could really use some prayers, good vibes, love, whatever you got to send. So thank you. Remember, no, just in case on the sale, please throw out your very best bids. And if you are brand new, the way this works is we're going to show you an item. We'll put a price up here on the screen. As bids come in, we'll update the pricing on the screen. We'll do a quick 15-second countdown. And then the highest bid prior to my mod in the chat that puts in the words bid in, that's who the winner is going to be. It's really simple. You bid in whole dollar increments. Piece of cake. If you think you might want to bid on something and you're new, please send your real name, your address, and your PayPal email to ttb Sarah with an H C at gmail.com. All right. So if you're brand new too, you don't have a PayPal, don't stress out. Any major credit cards accepted. I just get paid through PayPal. Okay. So we have a merch store and an eBay shop. Lots of cool new stuff in the eBay shop this week. Definitely go check that out. Haven't updated my merch yet, but I've been working on a new line of protest gear. So stay tuned for that. I have it in the works. I've just been so dang busy. I haven't had a chance to actually put that to fruition. So thank you for your patience. Welcome in, everybody, and welcome Susan Arvuvu. Anyone in the chat that's got a wrench next to their name is on my mod team. Please feel free to ask any of those people if you need a link, if you have a question, if you need information. Mods are all here to help. Thanks, Vuvu. It's good to see you. Today is Holly's brother's 50th birthday, so she will be here, but it'll probably be a little bit later. So happy birthday to Michael. Good Spotty, what's kicking, honey? How are you? Hello. Good to see you. And I'm scrolling down, friends. Brian Fernandez is here. Hi, how's it going, Brian? I hope you've had a good week. We really have. It's been a good one around here. Hi, Perry Hughes. Nice to see you this evening. Welcome in. And there's Terza. Scrolling down. Thank you, friends. I am so grateful for all of you guys that are regulars. Thank you again. Hi, Alex. How are you? I'm sure where you are, Wildflower is short behind. So welcome in, my dear. Good to have you with us. And let's see. Bree says, hi, everyone. Vuvu, your gift to me, Miss, should be going out tomorrow. Sorry for the delay. No worries. Thanks for letting her know. Brad Holland. Hi. How's it going?
Brad.
Good to see you. There's Laza. Hello. How's it going? Dana, how are you? Welcome in. Yay. It's nice to have you with us. There's our girl, Laura, Circle 7. Howdy do. Steaks and barbecue. See? Yeah, that's a touch of my ADHD that cannot say howdy do without saying the steaks and barbecue part. Hello. Hi, Gail. Gad, how are you? Love to my gaddies. And Steve, our gaddy daddy. All right. Hi, Susan Lee. Thank you, girlfriend. And there's our sweetie Kathy Plunkett. Hello, love. There is our girl Amy Wildflower. Hello, sweetie. How are you tonight? So glad you are with us. Send some prayers and love Wildflower's way. She could use them. Yes. Yes. Bussa Move Simone, what's going on? How are you? It's nice to have you. And there's Miffy. Good morning to you in Aussie land, Miff. Hello, hello. I know it's probably about 11:30 over there, something like that. Yep. Hello, friends. Yes, I see all of you. Okay, I'm scrolling down. If I missed you, it's certainly not on purpose. Karen, how are you, Prairie Stone, on the iPad tonight? We love it. I'm glad you're here, Karen. Hey, Regina, good to see you too. And great reminder, Vuvu, smack that like button. And we're trying to get to 50 thumbs up on the broadcast tonight. And very grateful. Yes. Don't let Bree get too crazy. She thinks she's crafty, hiding packages from y'all in her trunk. Oh, stop. Oh, that is hilarious. That's Bree's husband, by the way. So that's so funny. And Bree is going to have her 35th birthday Friday. Happy birthday, sweetie. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Oh my goodness. Yes. We have children almost as old as you. It's wild.
Oh.
I know to think about. Wow. Yes. Okay. We're scrolling down. Hello. Hello. Welcome in, you guys. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. We've got some killer stuff tonight. All for the most part, about 90% of this came from a private pick this week. And some very high-end things even have like a silent auction thing you might want to bid on. So definitely stay tuned for the good tonight. We've got it. Yeah. We have got it. So yes, wish Bree a happy early birthday. Her birthday is Friday, big 35. Yay. I hope you celebrate and have a really good time, Bree. You deserve it. So Xavier, if you're still here, you treat that girl on Friday night. Yes. I know. I would take 35 again for sure. At least the energy.
Anywhere in the 30s.
Anywhere in the 30s would be great at this point, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. Anybody have questions? If you do, ask us. Ask a mod. We're a friendly bunch. If you're brand new, please don't hesitate to say howdy. So, that being said, babe, what am I missing? We ship from Colorado.
Yeah. I believe that's it. We'll be invoicing tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Yes, invoices will go out. If you purchase something Wednesday night, it will combine with anything you purchase tonight. So you get a savings on the shipping discount. So, and Amy is going to be, oh my goodness, somebody's turning 21 again in 9 days. Wildflower. Right. Yes, we won't say how old you're going to be either, because once you pass 40, yeah, it's just all. So, all right, you guys, welcome. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I think we are pretty much ready to get going. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make you big. That's right. Amy and Phil had the same birthday.
That's right.
We'll definitely be thinking of our sweet Phil.
Yeah.
On her birthday this year, which is Cinco de Mayo.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll have to see where it lays. Yeah.
Yes. So show Amy some love. And of course, Amy will have to sing next week for sure. So.
Stephanie was like, I'll tell.
Stephanie, you're such a turd. I love you.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys.
All right.
Honey, yes. First item, let's go.
First item, we're going to start with a bird. So this is a really beautiful piece. I found it. We got this at that private pick, and I thought it was Murano, not only because of the style, just the way it looks and how it's really nicely made. You've got the inlaid eyes, glass, as well as the applied beak, and it's sitting on that nice clear base. A lot of Murano pieces, figural pieces, are like that. But this is not Murano. It's from the late 50s, early 60s, but it's Art Icet. So ARTEICET is the company in Caracas, Venezuela. And they made this toucan in the late 50s. And the artist was actually Italian. He was an immigrant that went to Venezuela, and his name was Bruno Ava. And all of these pieces, they would be called arte Murano. So, and that just is Murano style. So even though it's done, it's called ICET, so ICET.
But what was his name?
His name is Bruno Ava, AVA. Okay. Yeah, and he was an Italian immigrant and immigrated in the 50s to Venezuela and started making these Murano style pieces. And they are pretty hard to come by when you do. You can see just really nicely sculpted and made art glass, but not in Murano. So that way, you don't see them quite as much.
That is stunner. And the fact too that they got that bill so neatly lined up with the face and then we're able to pull it into that beak. Holy cow, that is a very impressive piece.
It really is. And you've got the little, I guess they would take like a little, like a bead of glass and then melt it in. So you've got that perfect center on the eye. So both sides have that. And then you've got that beautiful beak. A little clear is popping out right in there. So that's just part of the glass. Yeah, and it sits really nicely. I love his white belly and sits really nicely on that, kind of like an ice block style. So he's about 4.5 inches tall and slippery little fella.
And I will say, I believe him to be a puffin.
A puffin? Well, and they call him toucan. Everybody calls him toucan online, but yeah, I don't know for sure if he could be a puffin.
I don't know. I feel it in my soul, especially sitting on ice. He might be a puffin, but he could be, with that huge beak, a snazzy little toucan too. But I like the fact that they use like the Millefiore style
for the
art
eye.
For the eye. Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah. I love it.
Oh yeah, we love watching.
I love those glass blowing shows where they compete against each other, and then an artist gets to go on Blown Away. And Steph, what's the one you're watching? I don't think I've seen the Canadian one. Let me know.
Speaking of Canada, yeah, I've got some really cool art glass coming that was made in Canada. I had no idea about this company. So yeah, there's so many amazing glass blowers. Yeah, really nice color on his beak. It's applied nicely, no damage at all. I'll show you the bottom again. There's no markings, but you can see a nice, kind of a smooth texture base. And that kind of reminds me of the Swedish kind of design that they would do. So you've got that really nice Murano style done in Venezuela in the late 50s, early 60s.
The rest of him, like if you cut off the beak, it reminds me of a Swedish bird. But then that beak in what we would know as bittersweet, if it was Ellie Smith, pretty rad.
Yeah, really cool. Love the colors. So just $28, 4.5 inches tall. Going to the side. I'll bring him back for the recap.
All right. I love your bird. He's a snazzy.
Thank you. He's snazzy.
Bugger. Okay. I am going to start right here with a gorgeous piece. Found this out and about. This was not part of my private pick. I could not believe it. I'm starting this at 30. And if you know what this is, you know. So this is Orinberg. It is hand knit lace, and every single loop of this, and I mean, if you can imagine making this, you would just, I don't know how you would keep all of those tiny knots straight. And they have these wonderful little tools when they make these that are wooden, that are on each end, and they're little bobbins, and then they turn them basically over each other, and then a bobbin over a bobbin. But how would you keep track of what bobbin has gone where? Look at this. It's amazing. So I'm starting it at 30. This is not your everyday doily. First of all, it's enormous, and it's handcrafted lace. This took someone weeks, just this single piece. So I am going to, hold on just a sec. I'm going to get you a diameter on this handmade beauty. This was a popular style of lace creation in France, and of course made its way to America as well. Used typically French bobbins to help complete their task. This is the middle. Put my hand behind it so you can see. So that is the middle. And then it rays out into a huge medallion. Yes. I want to say my grandma Mimi or my great grandma made these as well. And they also did an art which is called tatting. And I'm sure you guys have heard of that. This is not tatting. This is hand knit lace. But it's kind of similar in the fact that it's very intricate. And it is beautiful. Now, this has been preserved very nicely. It has a bit of a stiffness to it. The original Orinberg artists would use goat hair, if you can imagine.
Really?
Yeah, to make these big lace pieces. And Orinberg, actually, that style originated in Russia. So beautiful piece. I'm asking 30 on it. I think it would be lovely too if you had like a black tablecloth and you put this over it. That way you could see every single little eensy weensy thread. And some of these threads, if you look at them, they are twisted in the middle. How did they do this? I mean, I know how they did it. I've seen the art, but when it comes together and knowing how many like little counted holes there in the middle, right? It just kind of blows my mind. Yeah. I think it would also require some really good eyesight, and mine is pretty lousy. So yeah, I know. It's so phenomenally beautiful. And I am asking 30 on it because again, it is a Orenburg hand knit piece. It is stunning, and yeah, really it would be beautiful under glass. Again, on black framed would be just absolutely gorgeous. You could get it professionally stretched at like a Michael's or Hobby Lobby kind of place. Yeah, it's awesome. So 30, thank you for looking. It is a stunner.
Yeah, so beautiful. Like the detail and the time and the fact that it's still alive. And
I know. Yeah. And none of it's ripped and all the little edges are there. It's just a veil for a vintage wedding, Amy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A red wedding. So we're going to go from really ornate and beautiful to rusty, metal, that kind of stuff, garage decor. So this is from the private pick. I have one that's not in as good condition on eBay right now. I wanted to bring the better condition one because it is nice and clean. You, of course, have beautiful rust on it, which that patina is what you want. However, it's not like rusting away. And you've got a couple of dings, but they don't take away from the aesthetic. Just a little bit of red paint, looks like, stripped all the way down on there. And then you've got all that patina on top. That will come off with hot soapy water or degreaser. And the lid, this guy actually does open up. So most of them usually can be rusted up pretty bad to where you can't open it up. So it's a nice piece of history. It's from 1950s. Sunoco Mercury 2-gallon oil can. And the Mercury in the 50s, they started doing Mercury motor oil. 1949 and before that, the name would be Sunoco Mercury Made. And that's how we were able to date it. There's no date on this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a nice condition, a great piece. And you can see you've got the medical up here. I don't even know why.
Why is that there?
Oh, you know what? There's the copyright. I think I see a copyright. It's underneath the patina. So I'm going to try to get it up to you. Maybe we'll get an exact date. I think it might say 1956. Let's get in close.
Oh, it's in white too. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys at home see that? I literally cannot on my little screen.
Mid 1950s, either 1956 or 1958, probably 56.
Sorry, I just made my screen bigger. Hold it still.
Okay. Get in there.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't want to focus.
No, it doesn't.
There it goes. My ear.
It's blown out light-wise. 1956. It's 56.
Okay, 1956.
Okay.
Well, what's funny is this one here that I'm bringing later is 1956 as well. And the one that we have one like this on eBay right now, and it already has a bid. but that one that's on eBay is from 1946, which that says Mercury made. So yeah, that lines up. So okay, well, thank you so much, Perry. I see your bid. 28 is a great price for this. In this condition, they usually go up into 30, 35. But if they're kind of dinged up like the one that we have on eBay, we have that a little bit lower. But thank you so much, Perry. I'm going to start our countdown. All right. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, everybody likes a couple of dings. It shows it's real. Yeah, you've got that little slight ding right here. And all of this stuff, Perry, will come off. Like, it's so hard for my ADHD to not like clean it off, all the grease. But, you know, it takes years to get that there. So it's kind of nice. So thank you, Perry. Coming to you for 28.
Congratulations. A walking ding. Yeah, me too.
Thanks, Perry.
Me too. All right, frenzies. Let's see here. Let's go here. I'm starting this piece at 54. And wow, this is the first time I've ever had one of these in my hot little hands. And I will tell you, it's pretty darn exciting. It is a crystalline glaze vase. And this is actually made by the famous crystalline pottery artist Louise Redding, and it is signed on the bottom. There is her signature. So Louise started her pottery journey in 1974 in California. She ended up in San Diego, where she perfected this technique. And what's really interesting about this particular pottery technique is no two are ever the same. And these crystals are made into the glaze of the pottery by a chemical reaction. So what's really interesting is sometimes when they do these pieces, it doesn't end up forming the crystals, and it's kind of a bunk piece. So not every piece is even sellable when they are creating these, I found out, which is really interesting. So this particular artist, she was a member of the San Diego Potters Guild in the 80s and 90s and started these beautiful crystalline pieces. And if you look online at Louise Redding's pottery, it goes for quite a bit more than what I'm asking. And yeah, this glaze, you can tell, almost has like a metallic iridescent look to it, and that is actually part of how they make this crystalline into the glaze itself. Underneath, you can tell it's kind of a really pretty green color, and then you've got this like metallic yummy blue, and as the crystals are formed, it gives different hues as well. So there are no chips and cracks in this piece whatsoever. It is considered one of her larger vases. She has a lot of little squatty pieces. This is one of the taller ones. 10.5 inches in height, and the diameter and width is 4.5 across the lip.
Nice.
So it's a stunner. And a lot of times too, it's mistaken for glass. So because of this crystalline, pretty pattern in it, people will be like, oh, that's a piece of glass. Right. It is not. It is actually a signed piece of Louise Redding. And she is really famous for this technique. Like, people know who she is in the pottery world. Hi, Sharon. Welcome in. Good to see you. So I'm asking 54. It dates to the 80s and 90s as far as when this particular piece was made. And like I said, she started her technique in 1974. And she said some pieces come out great. Other pieces don't come out at all, and they have to pitch them. So yeah, it's not like a one and done kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have one where the glaze really takes off. You may have another one where there's no reaction at all.
Right. Well, when I put it in the box, when we were packing up stuff to take, I thought it was glass. I mean, I knew it was a technique, but I thought it was overall glass. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You can see the drip down into the bottom. It's not glazed at the bottom. And a telltale sign of Louise's work too is this finished white bottom with her signature. Okay. And
Yeah.
it's decently readable. Sometimes the signatures, I'm like, I have no idea what this says. So it is, and it came with this little piece of paper too. This was inside it, and it's signed by Louise. It says crystalline glazes are among the most difficult glazes to achieve. Success depends on a precise firing and a controlled cooling cycle, as well as the glaze taking to the piece. So that's why it says my glazes are fired on porcelain to 2400 degrees Fahrenheit, and the kiln is cooled to around 2000 degrees. It's kept at this temperature for 4 to 5 hours, and it's during this soaking period that the crystals grow. Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's super cool. So I will include this. Louise has her name on it, and I will include this with her piece. So you know how it's made if anybody wants to get in. Only $54 on this gorgeous, stunning, hand-done pottery piece. And she is in it. All right. Going once, going twice. We'll bring her back for the recap. All right. Thank you, guys.
That is a beaut. Yeah. And in person, it's just like, wow, I couldn't believe it. It's kind of like last week we were like, well, we're not really looking for big things, but here we go.
Everything was big this week. Yeah.
So let me adjust my light a little bit. So let's go ahead, and my hands are still dirty from the last one. We're just going to stay dirty. This is from 1956. We have the date right here. So copyright 1956, a little bit of rust hiding the 6, but it's also on the other side. This one also could be cleaned up. You've got some kind of dirty, dusty stuff here. And then on top is where you're going to really get all that greasiness there. If you wanted to clean it up, you could definitely get that off with a spray hose and some soapy water. This piece does open up. And, oh, this does too. I could have sworn that didn't. Oh, I'm thinking of the other one that I have. So the nozzle comes open, and even the top of the nozzle. So all,
Oh, no.
It was just a little washer or oil in the shape of a washer. But so those are all the pieces, and I'll show them to you. So they do all come off and go back on. So that's excellent. And if you wanted to clean it up, you'd still have all that patina, just less of the grease and dust that's attached to it. But anyways, it's a 5-gallon oil can. And this is by Sunoco. And these go 100 to 200 on eBay. I have one on eBay, and I wanted to bring one here. And basically, yeah, you can get it for half the price that they are selling for on eBay for selling. And it is really nice condition as you look all the way around. There's no major dings. I think there's a little scrape here. No dings all the way around. And the bottom isn't rusted out. There's rust, but no rusting out. And yeah, the wood handle is still completely intact, which also is a really important part on these. If you have the wooden handle gone, the value definitely goes down, as well as these components here. And it measures pretty big. I didn't actually measure it, just, oh yeah, I did. 17-inch tall. So 17-inch tall and about 10-inch diameter. And the cool thing is, because it's 17-inch tall with the handle, it goes to 16 inches like that. And then shipping is going to be much more affordable than if it was much bigger. So yeah, it's a nice one that you can use by the doorway if you like to have like that kind of old primitive kind of style in the backyard or the front porch, or by the fireplace. And I know some people like to decorate their garage. I used to, until we started shipping from our garage, and then it changed. So yeah, $56. I know. I love the yellow and the blue together. You can see that's the color side where you can see a lot of the color. It could use a little bit of cleaning. This side needs more cleaning to get that color to come out. All right. So I will put it to the side. If anybody's interested, $56 for our big 5-gallon Sunoco motor oil canister from 1956. Thank you very much. Yes, I love killer old rusty stuff.
All right. And yes, it is empty. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm going to go wash my hands.
All right, y'all. I am bringing this amazing piece. First of all, I'm going to let you see the bottom. So remember Brahms? Now, we used to live in Missouri, and we had Brahms everywhere. And I loved Brahms. We probably ate Brahms maybe like once every couple weeks. Like it was good. We now live in Colorado where there is no Brahms, and it's sad times. But we have other stuff like Culvers and everything. But no Brahms here. Now, this is a promotional piece made by Francoma for Brahms, believe it or not, in 1997. And I am starting this piece, David, at, I can't remember, 40.
Okay.
Okay. So this is enormous. First of all, it's a cookie jar. And I love how they made the lid. Look how cool that is. It's very mod. And it is a terracotta kind of stoneware piece. So you can see there are no chips or cracks or anything on the lid. And then the body of the cookie jar, same deal. No chips or cracks. It does say Brahms on this side, but if you don't like the Brahms, guess what? It says nothing on the other side. It's freaking huge. Yes, David found this, and I was so excited because it's so stinking cute. And I have a ice cream display up on top of my cabinets, but it's too tall. Otherwise, I probably would have kept it. Yes, it is the cutest. And it's got that old school kind of, wafer cone style. And then you have your big vanilla scoop on top. Speaking of Victoria, I am completely out of vanilla for baking. Victoria makes her own vanilla and sends it to me. She lives in Missouri, where I used to live. And it's the best vanilla ever. Anyway, Victoria, yes, I need your homemade vanilla. It's not the same. So 40 is what I am asking on this. It is cute as can be. And you should see what these go for online elsewhere. It's because it's Francoma. And it is that wonderful redware on the bottom, which is also typical of Francoma pieces. It's a Francoma Brahms promotional piece, and it is so stinking cute. You live within 10 miles of the Brahms farm in Oklahoma. I'm so jelly. I miss my Brahms in Missouri. I really do. I loved it. Good ice cream, good burgers. We have Gunther Tooties and Culvers, but it's not Brahms.
Not Brahms.
$40 if you are a Brahms fan. This is from 1997. It is a promotional piece. Hard to find both pieces all together in this excellent kind of shape. This is quite a bit less than you will find them elsewhere online. So grab it for $40 before I send her over to eBay. It's huge. Let me give you a size too, if you're wondering if this will fit under the counter. We're right at 14 inches tall. She's a big girl. And then width, we're at, almost 10 inches. And then the width of the bottom is 5.5. So yes, she is a big girl. If you want her, grab her for $40. Thanks for looking.
It's surprising that it didn't die sometime from 1997 to now.
Well, it's so kitschy and it's so cute. I mean, it literally will go with any of your displays. I just love it.
Agreed. I'm going to go right into this really beautiful Navajo pot. I had never seen one in this colorway with the red tone mountains or mesas. And it really is quite a contrast from some of their other colors that they use. This is Ernie Watchman. This is from most likely late 80s, early 90s, but I can't date it for sure, somewhere in the 80s or 90s. Ernest is his name. Ernest Watchman has made a lot of Navajo pottery pieces. Some of the pieces with the feather etching that create a really cool display all the way around that I've sold before. So Ernie is actually Ernest, and he has signed his pieces, both Ernie as well as Ernest. He also does have a son that's a junior, but he wouldn't be old enough to have made this back when this was made. The original price tag on here is going to stay on there. It's $128. And so this would have been made around the Navajo Nation in Monument Valley. And that's right on the Arizona-Utah border area. And so they have a lot of shops and different things. This would probably been purchased during that time. You've got beautiful sunset with the really nice birds. And you can see the etching is like the traditional etching. Very crisp lines, And then when you get to the landscape, then you have a little bit more free form or artistic rendition. And yeah, the sunset just kind of fades in and fades out. And then you've got that nice black top. So it just, yeah, very vivid colors, and it stands out so beautifully. And it's a large one, about 8.5 by 8.5. So it's a nice square, and no chips or any damage. All the etching is very nicely done. Now, the artwork right here, there's no etching. So that's the difference. So you've got etching and then none, and then etching at the base, which I think is just a really nice difference. And then when you look at the top, at the etching there, is just really beautiful. And you've got little dots, hand painted all the way through perfectly. And then that really nice, almost a cobalt blue or a navy blue popping through with the black bands.
Beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Completely stunning. Yes.
Since I did image searches online, I could not find this design anywhere online. So I don't think it's as common as far as being purchased.
Yeah.
And taken off of the land. So yeah, $48. It's a beaut. There's no damage whatsoever. I would love to find it at home where it could be appreciated and loved. Ernie Watchman or Ernest, look him up. Did a lot of really cool stuff. And it was originally $128.
Yeah. Wow. And even at $128, like in a gift shop, that's a pretty good piece, good price on a sizable piece like that.
Yeah.
Like if you come out here to Colorado and you go to a gift shop and look for native Navajo pottery, you're going to pay $250 and up.
Yeah.
Usually. So that's like a crazy good price. Awesome.
Yeah, it really is. All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to put it to the side. Really beautiful red tones in the middle. Really great earth tones as well. Thank you.
Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see here. I am going to go this way and do this pretty piece of art that I really enjoy, and I almost kept it because I love what it says. And it does kind of match my studio room in here. So if it doesn't sell, that's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So we are, babe, I'm starting this at 45.
Okay.
And this is framed, matted, numbered, and signed. The only other one like it that is signed and matted online is about $80. So I'm starting this for about half of that. And this is a example of Brian Andreas's art. And he does a line of what's called story people. And he starts with a face, goes from there. And I'll read you what this says. It says, there came a moment in the middle of the song when she suddenly felt every heartbeat in the room. And after that, she never forgot she was part of something much bigger. I love that. That's how I feel when I go to concerts. It is feeling like you are something cosmic, like a part of something way, way bigger than yourself. Yeah. So let me show you. We've got Brian's signature here. We have it dated 2007. And the piece is called Connection, which I think so many people are just downright starved for. So what a lovely art form. First of all, I love how abstract and weird it is. Yeah. And this is a reproduction print of a watercolor and ink drawing. But it is signed. So pretty darn cool. He is also, Brian Andreas himself is an artist, a sculptor, and a storyteller that likes to play with memory, words, and rust. So some of his original works are colored with rust. Fun fact. Isn't that interesting?
Cool. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, great art piece. It is ready to hang here on the back. Or, of course, you could always sit it up against something on a shelf on a wall. I'll get you up close again so you can see it. And size-wise, if you're wondering what the frame is, let me tell you. We are at 12.5 wide by 15.5 long this way. And it's only probably about a 1/2 inch wide. So it's beautiful. It's ready to hang. And I really think it's cool what it says. It's talking about connection and being connected to something bigger than yourself during song, during music, which we all. So universally lovely, really cool message, and a great signature on this litho piece. So grab it for 45. Like I said, the only other one like it available right now is 80. So yeah, era wise on this, he did this in 2007. Yeah. So 2007. I love art. I love weird art, and this kind of falls under that category. Grab it now for 45, and it's ready to hang. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Well, we might be hanging it in the office. Oh, here we go. I haven't moved over. That didn't work. There we go. Okay. All right. So I've got a big old console dish or serving bowl. I don't even know what you would call it. And it's a big one. So I'm going to show it right here with that light. I wanted to show it while there's still light out so you can see the texture that goes through. On the top of it, it's nice and smooth. I mean, it does kind of move around, but it's a nice smooth texture. The texture that you see is all on the bottom. This is by from the 60s by Pukeberg, Sweden. It's called the Alaska Shell Bowl. And you can see it has like almost like a rock texture to it. So it's like a very chunky and very textured piece. And they were trying to make it look like a chunk of ice. And that is exactly what they're getting out of it, because it is very large and icy looking. Could you imagine putting like ice in here, putting your little shrimp cocktail on top? Would look beautiful. But yes, it is a really nice, large, free-form style. So it's not perfectly circle. Yeah, kind of like a spider web. I'll get my hand out of there so you can see.
It's really very cool. Brutalist from this piece. Yeah.
It really is. And and the ice glass style was it was what Pukeberg's was most famous for, that kind of style and that design. And yeah, it measures, it's pretty big, 16 by 15 by 4. And that's because it's not completely circle. So about right here to here would be 16 and then 15 the other way. And it does sit up quite nice, about 4 inches. And you can see really nice thick glass, and it's hefty. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate that. And
Pukeberg, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
If you get it up close on the back, on the weird texture that's on the glass, almost has like an actual cracked, chiseled ice kind of feel. It's really weird. We both were like, oh my gosh, we have never quite seen this one before.
Right.
And the pontal, I mean, it's a bizarre piece.
Yeah, this is where the pontal was, right here, and they do it and they just break it off right there, and it's still nice and smooth, but you still have that texture. Yeah, backlit with some lights would be really cool. I just have a black light, but it kind of shows you it can light through. You can do a lot of fun stuff with it for your decorations, for sure.
I agree. Also said set it out for Halloween. Yeah, and it's a nice thick frosted feel. It's different than anything you'll see anywhere. I mean, really, it's very difficult to identify this, first of all.
It was.
Yeah, it took us a couple days to identify it. But once we were able to hone in on the texture, we found it. But yeah, it took a while. It is different. No one will have anything like it. It makes a killer centerpiece.
Yes, it does.
Also, like slightly like got wash basin vibes or something.
Yeah, it's big enough to be like that for sure. I mean, it's a humongous piece of glass, that frosted style. And like Sarah was saying, it's like it's etched away at ice or at rock. It has that rock texture on the bottom.
Yeah, it's not doing it justice on camera. Literally, you almost have to feel it. And the texture on the underside is what is absolutely so phenomenal. It just gives it all of those weird looks. Look how angular it is too. Isn't it just one of a kind? It's so cool.
Very interesting piece. One of a kind, and for sure. And yeah, the size itself, it's just a wonderful centerpiece. All right. And yeah, measurement, once again, 16, 15, and then 4 for the depth there.
Yes. It's very dense, very, very dense glass.
Hefty glass and no damage anywhere on it. So just asking 44, really beautiful piece. You can also
On
a lot of things. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you. Well, let's just go into the really high-end stuff then. And again, this is a find from a private pick. Not typically maybe our normal style, but at the same time, I was so completely excited to find this piece. Now, that being said, I'm going to start this at $550 because it typically sells between $1,200 to $1,700. I also realize that not everybody might be comfortable putting that amount of a bid in the chat. So if this is something you're interested in and you know about these pieces and you like this, email us and you can bid on it. If you're comfortable throwing down $550 in the chat, great. If not, feel free to email me and you can grab it that way privately and more discreetly. Okay. So let's talk about it. What the heck is this? Great. So, this is probably one of the more higher end pieces that we've gotten a hold of, and it is Petra Dura. And what that means is it's an Italian term, but this is an Indian piece. And it is the style of inlay. These are all semi-precious stones. You have lapis lazuli, you have coral, you have malachite, you have abalone, and you have jasper, agate, turquoise, and it is quite impressive. If you look these vases up online, you will see 15 to 1700 each on them. And the reason why it is such a sizable, large, expensive piece is it's solid marble. The entire thing is marble. My light's blowing it out a little bit, but I want to get you up close on these inlay pieces. So the Petra Dura style is an Italian method, and it is actually dating back to like the Florentine Renaissance times, where they would inlay all these semi-precious stones into marble and make these really intricate, fantastic designs. No two are alike because of the stones that are used. They might use similar design with the flowers, but no two are actually alike. There's even inlay in the base. It is the most stunning piece up close. It's big, it's heavy. Let me give you a size because it is marble. So we are at 15 and a quarter, 15 and a quarter inches tall. Width, we're right at like 6 inches at the widest part, and the base is about 4 inches. So it is quite an impressive piece. Hi, KP, welcome in, doll. And I was so excited about it. It dates to the 70s. These were very popular because of the style. And if you can look at the little teeny tiny dots throughout, they're actually two pieces. It is a piece of like gold agate, and it's a piece of coral. So such an intricate inlay design.
Yeah.
And these are from India, and they are highly coveted. They are very popular, and they are crazy expensive. So the reason it is so high is it is solid marble. It has all the stones in it, and all of that inlay work takes days upon weeks to complete one piece. They're so labor intensive, basically, on how they make them, which is why they're also very, very expensive. The bottom of mine has some writing. I don't know what any of it means. And it has these two little, they're almost like little rubber stoppers somebody's put on there. So again, if you Google these pieces, and it is Italian marble made in Italy, it is the Petra Dura style, which is Italian inlay. And it is a beautiful piece. Yes, exactly. It is 1,200 to 1,700 is what they go for elsewhere. I'm asking 550. Of course, if there is not a home for this here, we will send her over to eBay. But yeah, it is quite an exquisite art piece. I was thrilled to come into something so beautiful. And yeah, just such a nice private pick. So if you would like it, you can always email me at ttbsarac@gmail.com. If you do not feel comfortable dropping 550 in the chat, I understand. So let me know if you are interested. You probably will not find a piece this big with this style ever for this price, like ever. So if you want it, you know what it is, grab it. Thank you so much. And I'll check my email if anybody wants it.
Yeah. Beautiful piece. And for it to not have any issues, I mean, gosh, we protected that all the way up down from the mountains. Oh, my light just turned off. Oh, it's back. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some wood. We've got this really beautiful piece from the private pick. Really thought about keeping it for myself. There we go. That's about what it looks like, the color. It is a really nice live edge piece, hollowed out form. And you've got the live edge up here in 3 different spots on the rim, as well as, of course, you've got the knot. So this would have all been part of the tree, the natural form, and they smooth it out so that way all the inclusions are still there from the tree. And it's dark walnut. And it's from the 70s, 60s, 70s, but there's no signature on it, so I could not find a maker. I'll show you the bottom of the bowl so you can see it's been hammered in the base with wood pegs. So nice woodmanship on that. And then, thank you, Susan. And then when you go around, I mean, there is no damage to the wood at all. You've got a nice live spot. This would have been where a branch probably was sticking out, and they smoothed it out. And then you've got this little hole where you can look in. Oh, I see you. And then another one right in the center. And you can see it's just the rings around it. So impressive.
So cool.
Yeah. And then when you look down on it, there's your live edges. Wow. Imperfect, but perfect, you know? There you go. Nice live edge. Really beautiful craftsmanship. It would have all been turned from one piece, and then just the base would have been tacked on to give it the vessel. So
that's not whole. Fantastic. Really a cool piece, babe.
Isn't that beautiful? And yeah, basically these kind of pieces, you just every couple of months, you want to make sure to dust it off and just apply a little bit of oil just to keep it young and keep it fresh, you know, kind of like a little spa day for your bowl. But yeah, I can't say much about it besides just that it's just a one-of-a-kind, beautiful piece. And the fact that it's lasted so long and we were privileged enough to grab it and find it a new home. Just love it.
To get it that smooth and shiny too. It's really cool. It would also be really pretty with any of your Southwest art. Any of your Navajo pieces, anything like that. That really pretty, natural, organic wood look is definitely in right now. And it kind of goes with every style too.
It does. So. It really does. I like how it mixes with glass and brass for sure. Yeah. And once again, on the size, 10.5 by 10.5. So it's a pretty large size. When they get this big, they're usually in the hundreds, especially if you go into a place like to a studio. You're going to see this at 200, 250 easily.
Yeah. Laura's in 25. Thank you, doll.
Thank you, Laura, so much. It's a really beautiful piece that I think can encase a lot of different things. So just got a little chalk right there that I brushed off. It is just so smooth. And I mean, I didn't have to dust it or anything. So thank you, Laura. I'm going to count it down. That's some big wood. Yes. A lot of spots, a lot of rough spots too. Really cool spots. Let's count it down. Live edge hollow form vessel at a dark walnut. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Yeah, that is such a good price on such a stunning piece.
Yeah.
Yes. Enjoy. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Laura. Yes.
She's a beaut.
Pretty. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking for the bid end. There it is. Thank you so much, Laura. Coming to you.
Congratulations, Laura. Nice pickup. I love it. All right. Let me see which way we want to go now. Okay. I'm going to do my Chinese vase. And again, we have some stuff that is maybe not necessarily my normal wheelhouse, but are some fantastic, beautiful pieces that we had the opportunity to pick this week. And we grabbed them because I know that several of you love to decorate with Asian decor. This is a Chinese vase starting at $135. Oh, the Navajo vase for $48, Laura. You absolutely can. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Those look so good together.
I was going to say that. I'm like, those are so lovely, and they'll be really pretty together.
Thank you, Laura. What were you starting this at?
$135. Yes, $135. This is a 50s, so I was able to actually date it, which on these pieces sometimes can be crazy tricky because you don't want to say something is Ming Dynasty if it's not. It's not Ming Dynasty. This was 1950s through 1970s made. It is brass, so that is a brass top and a brass bottom with brass liner. It has its original little carved wooden stand, and it actually is marked on the bottom, which has helped me identify age and brand, as well as the era. So the what you're looking at on the bottom is called the shoe longevity seal. And when I say shoe, I'm talking SHOU. This is a more desirable piece than the cheaply made Chinese vases that we all know are out there. And what's interesting about this in the 50s through 60s into 70s, in Beijing and Tianjin, the state ran their own cloisonné factories to make these pieces, and they are all handmade. This is Chinese cloisonné, and if you're not familiar with the art of cloisonné, it is these teeny tiny wires. See all of the white background and those wires? These teeny tiny wires are inlaid and colored with enamel. And you've got some really good patina on the brass edging, which shows you this is not just a crappy like furniture store repro. This is the good. And it is wire work throughout. And I will say, when you find these, they are more valuable if you also have the wooden stand. You'll find them out and about without the stand. If you have the stand, they do go for more. So look at this. You've got these fantastic birds, pinks and greens and blues. You've got that. Look at this. This is all cloisonné art. The butterfly, lotus flowers. It is stunning. And then we have a bamboo tree with looks like probably a Japanese, I don't know if that's a cherry blossom or loaded. I don't know. I genuinely am not sure on that. And then look at the design and the intricacies as you go up towards the top. It is really a quality piece. And I was so excited. Again, not my normal wheelhouse, right? But I also appreciate that a lot of people love the colors, love the decor. This also goes really nicely if you like to mix your blues and whites. If you have any Delft, this will blend right in. Very pretty. And it's a big one. It's cherry blossoms painted blue. Thank you, Vuvu. I knew you are my Asian artifacts expert. So it's 15 and a quarter tall. You got it, babe. And it is, oh gosh, let's see, about 9 inches wide at the widest part right here. And then the bottom base is going to be 7 inches wide. So the fact that it is signed on the bottom is a very good thing. It's the state-run maker's mark. And the longevity shoe seal, which does make this a more desirable piece of Chinese cloisonné. So these pieces really go up there. You have to really be careful too on these pieces at estate sales. There's a lot of knockoff repro stuff that's just junk. And you'll usually be able to tell by the quality of the cloisonné. If the cloisonné is good, look how intricate and perfect they did that pattern. That is all laid in like teeny tiny intricate wire. It just blows my mind how they do this. So I'm asking 135. Typically a piece like this goes for about 225 to 250. And it's got the stand. Now on the stand, let's see here, 17 inches tall with the stand.
Yes.
Okay. So the little stand gives it a nice, like, kind of 2.5 inch boost.
Yeah,
so,
big boost.
Yes, it is lovely. If you want to grab it, 135. Again, it's a nice big piece. The good thing is it's not crazy heavy. Like the marble piece, that one is crazy heavy. And yeah, it's really a lovely artifact from mid-century China. And like I said, made in Beijing and Tianjin during the 50s.
Wow.
So
those colors.
Yeah, it's a stunner. We'll send it to eBay if you want to think about it. 135, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, and I will show my next piece. Sarah, Vicky texted about her dog.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I've got, this is a really large Italian glass piece. It is not Murano glass. So with Murano glass, if it's true Murano glass, it's made on Murano Island. This is made, and the sticker would have been on the bottom. And I found one that had the sticker, and it would have said in Italian, it would have said glass made according to the technique of the Murano masters. Now it is Italian art glass. I just don't know where. It could be Venice. It could be, what was the one place that a lot of times, I can't remember. But anyways, Italian art glass, large. It's like the size of a wash basin. It is 6 inches deep and 15.5 inches one way, and then 15 inches. So it's not a perfect circle either. These do go up to, in this size, 150 to 200 on eBay. And I'm going to try to get in. I was wanting to show it before the sun went down, but you'll see a little bit of the really beautiful swirl that goes through there. It gives tons of effect. Now I'll show from the top. That'll show a little bit better. And you've got those pools that go all the way, just free form pool that none of them meet up perfectly. And that's the design. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to have that just free form look. And yeah, it's just thick and beautiful from the 80s or early 90s. And it has like the opal, almost like an opalescent tone to it. It's not really showing through because the sun behind me. Let me adjust my camera a little bit and see if this will help. Oh, that's real bright. No, that's too bright. But yeah, it has such a cool swirl. I'm going to get white behind it and maybe that'll help. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. And that kind of shows a little bit better. Really nice swirl. So it's like an off-white mixed with almost a honey amber tone to give it like kind of an iridescent look as well. So really beautiful. All of the pools are intact, no issues. And you can see the fingerprints where they pulled. You can see the pool marks and all of that. It's just a really elegant piece. $88. Like I said, it's definitely a $150 piece. Grab it here for $88.
Gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, really
very
nice.
aquatic too. Yeah. Oh, I killed my light again.
It's okay. We'll be going out. All righty. Next up for me is a really pretty, where did it go? Moroccan style lantern. Oh, I put it up here. That's right. All my stuff was too tall to put on shelves tonight. So this Moroccan style lantern is really gorgeous. I did some good research on it too, because I wanted to kind of see what age it was, what era. And from everything I found, it dates to the 70s and 80s. And I am going to start this at 36. It is punched metal up here at the top, which is super stinking cool. And you can see it's got that design all the way around. It also is functional vintage. So, I mean, this I would want to put a pillar candle in and hang on my patio. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave it out year round because it's going to rust. But at the same time, wouldn't this be gorgeous on a patio? Now, it has amber glass, as you can see. It also has some stained glass blue panels, as well as these lovely green corners. So it is different. I could not find one exactly like it anywhere. Based on the bottom, though, now the reproduction ones that are not actually Moroccan, they're Moroccan-like, have metal bases, and the punched metal looks really new on them is how to spot a repro. This has a glass bottom, you can see, and it also has this beveled glass edge around it as well. This is more of an intricate style that they did in the 70s. Look how pretty this is. And then this is all clear. So if you put a pillar in here, it's just going to shine like crazy. Yeah. You also could put a fake pillar if you don't want to, get any of this metal hot. You certainly could do that. So I'm asking 36 on it. It has a little door right here. Bear with me. And it has like a little key to the door. So you can slide it down in there and open it like this. And that's how you get a candle or whatever you want to put in there. Yeah. So I thought the glass was beautiful. A friend of mine found this and hipped us onto the private pick. And it is just super sweet. I love it. It's really nice shape too. And it's much better quality than you see of a lot of crappy repros.
Yeah, and to have all the different color of glass in there, very nicely done. Very nice.
It's a nice one. So I'm asking 36. It's pretty for your patio. Certainly pretty for indoors, even as a centerpiece in a table with a candle. Put some greenery around it. It is a really nice piece.
I agree.
How it hangs at the top, you have this little like hammered metal piece, and then it does have the vent up here for the heat. So if you want to hang it too in your house, you absolutely could use it to display something in the middle. If you have like a little tchotchke friend you want to put in there, it'd be really cool. So Laza, I see you at 36, sweetie. Thank you so much. I'm going to start a countdown if anyone else would like to get in. It is a unique piece and so lovely. Yes, we were so grateful to come across such a great pick this week. Yeah. So lots of high-end stuff. All right, here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, big. And yes, I read the text from your sister. I can't deal right now.
No, I just want to let you know why I had to go off camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. My sister-in-law had to put her dog down 2 weeks ago, and the best friend to the dog she put down 2 weeks ago, she just had to put down tonight. And that's David's twin sister.
Yeah.
So
and she's right now in Hawaii.
Yeah, and she's God,
to be there for that.
She's in Hawaii and mom's watching the dog. I didn't realize that. That really ruins her vacation too. I hate this for her. Anyway, thank you, Laza. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you. Just absolutely a gorgeous piece, and I'm so glad it's going to you. Congratulations. It's so bad I can't deal right now. I just can't even deal. I can't. Dog stuff. I can't.
Yeah. This next piece is just absolutely, I love it. It is so free form and abstract, but you know exactly what it is as soon as you see it. It's a bear. It's got to be a bear. It's got the big old ears in clear on the sides. It's cased glass with that really beautiful dark blue and white going through to give that really nice colorway. And I'm going to show you the signature on the bottom. It is ARC. Let's get in there. Get in there. I'm trying. ARC something. There we go. So ARC, and then it says Calgary. So ARC Calgary, and that is ARC Bakvalov from Calgary, Alberta, so from Canada. And he is a studio art glass creator, probably 90s. It could be 80s, but I believe 90s. And it is just absolutely stunning. Now, when I looked online, finding some of his work, it is hard to find. So it is more of a rare signed piece, and that does give you a little bit higher value. So that is wonderful. But I'm going to focus in a little more. Oh, thanks, Brad. I see. When I first saw it, the first thing I thought was bear. It kind of reminded me of polar bear, so I believe it's a polar bear. But there you go. So ARC stands for, well, and I don't have his full name written out, but it's abbreviation. So he would sign all of his pieces ARC, and then on the bottom part of it would be Calgary. So yes, it's a really beautiful studio glass piece, and you're not going to find one anywhere online right now like it. It does have that same quality, that same feel and finished look that Murano glass pieces have. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, guys. Yeah, sorry, we usually don't get notifications when we're doing sales, but that one just happened. So, but yeah, just asking 46 on this. This is from the private estate, well, not estate sale, but it was private sale. And yeah, I think polar bear as well. And so I think it's one of those that was such a specific, unique piece that he kept it in his collection until right to the end. So I think it's pretty cool that we have it. If you're interested, it's a really nice paperweight / just figural piece, and signed, like I said, studio glass pieces. When they're signed, the value definitely goes up. So thank you guys for looking. 46. Beautiful bear.
Yeah, that is a cool piece, babe.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yes. All right, y'all. So following that, I am going to show you a glass piece that is just next level. All right, here we go. So this is the big blue Submerso teardrop, and I'm starting this at 175. This is a signed piece. I told you we got into some high-end pretties this week. And it is signed Sherlock. You can also see this tag, and the original price was $275. And you see where it says CMOG? Well, CMOG stands for the Corning Museum of Glass, which is famous. It's where all the beautiful glass is displayed in a museum. And I'm using my little towel to polish her up because she picks up my fingerprints really easily. So this piece is by an artist named Dan Sherlock. He is a master gaffer, which is basically the guy that carries the big stick that has the pontal and that it breaks, that's that guy. So this technique that he did with the blue at the base is called a flame color shell. And it is exceptionally difficult to do this technique, apparently. And that is why he is a master and does what he does. It is gorgeous. It is probably one of the clearest, bluest pieces I have ever seen. And the camera is not even doing it justice. It shines like a blue beacon in a room. The camera is kind of blowing it out. The blue is so deep and lovely. And you can see the quality too of the clarity of the glass. It is, it's just, I don't even know. So let me tell you a little bit about Dan. He actually started at Steuben Glass. And for those of you that know, Steuben made some great high-end pieces once upon a time. I just keep polishing her as I go because she picks up the fingerprints so easily. So Dan himself produced exclusive lines for the Corning Glass Museum. He is a very well-respected, well-known artist in that circle. We found out, I was able to date this. It was made between 2012 and 2018. And Steuben Glass actually ceased in 2011, and that is when Dan went to work for Corning. So, yeah, it's a flame. It is stunning. It was 275 originally new. These Corning glass pieces, because of their quality and the mastery and the artisanship, they go for way up there. This is 175 is a steal on this piece. I'm not gonna lie. So again, I'll show you the tag on the bottom and the fantastic signature. Those are done with, what did they say? A diamond. They have like a diamond pen where it engraves into the glass. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is exceptional. Google Dan Sherlock, you'll see who he is. If you ever see a sticker that says CMOG on something at the thrift store, pick it up, because that is the Corning Museum of Glass. So it's a big deal. I feel like the camera is really not doing it justice. And
well, I mean, it's popping in, but like some white behind it would help. But like, it is just so thick, and the way the flame on the inside is so perfectly defined. Yeah, okay, right there. It almost looked like a dog's claw.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like a claw.
Pretty fancy. And again, from everything that I read about his technique, the reason he's a master gaffer is because very few people can do this.
Yeah.
So pretty cool, right? High end. I know it's a night of high end pieces. So
and yeah, this was all at the same house. So that's just, some weeks are like that. You can't, yeah.
So, all right, you guys, it is a beauty. I love it. I know you guys love it. If you want it, grab it from me. I will be sending it over to eBay. Thank you so much. Yeah, like a record claw. It is spectacular.
All right. This is another wonderful find that is so unique, but it needs the buyer that is looking for something like this. So I'm just going to show it here. It most likely will go on eBay, but who knows? We've got a really cool folk art piece, and I do believe it's from the 70s. There's no marking or signature, so I can't date it, except for the fact that we do have an older wood golf club. So we've got Genuine USA persimmon. So persimmon wood for the golf club. They took it and then crafted this really beautiful bird. So you can see his face. He's got eyes in his beak, both sides, and finishes it off with the metal little legs. Very brutalist folk art mixture type of thing. And I just absolutely love it. Now there's a little bit of wear around the neck. That's where the hand painting and texture was done, and it's just got a crack. It's solid, so it's not going to come apart or anything. It's just the outside texture. But yeah, if you know a golf person, my gosh, what a great Father's Day this would be. Gift this would be. Yeah, you've got the original hardware on the golf club.
Super cool.
Well as the marking, and then there's the smooth body back here. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful way to upcycle and make something unique and cool for someone that likes golfing. And you don't actually necessarily have to be a golfer to enjoy it. It's folk art. It's just creative.
I like it because it has a mid-century feel, It's really cool. Yeah. And it is clever. I agree, Holly. Yeah.
Very clever. Mm-hmm. Very clever. And I love the wood. The persimmon wood on there is just perfect for the body. Reminds me of like rosewood, as well as like some of the other woods that they make sculptures out. He stands about 10 inches tall. And if there are different ones like this online that I was able to find, but yeah, usually about 50 or higher for something like this. So I thought 36 was a good price. If you're looking for a gift, or if this is your deal. It's just a really cool piece.
And it's not a repair. It's just a weird little place in the neck where it's like cracked, but it's not fully through, but it's not compromising either. It's really weird. It's like how I don't know if it had something to do with the painting.
I think it's the cracking of the paint that's used on top of that to give it that look.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
All right, Birdie. I'm gonna put you to the side. All right, thank you guys. Oh, and there's the bottom of it. You can see, very used golf club. So a lot of holes too.
That's a neat idea. I like.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. Next up for me, I have a fancy pan, and a fancy pan is just that. It is very fancy. This is in such good shape. I'm starting it at $22. And I love this 1970s shades of different brown paisley, and you got a little pop of yellow in there. And look how good the handles are. Like the little screws are there. Handles are in good shape. The top lid is in good shape. And this is originally supposed to be a little Dutch oven, but you could use it for literally anything. You can boil some pasta in it on the stove, make a little side dish. Look at how perfect the enamel is. This is the bottom as well. And you can almost like see a mirror reflection in it. It's so good and unused. I really don't feel like it's probably been used, but maybe a couple times. It's also a nice hefty weight. Fancy Pans did and when I say fancy, it's actually FANCI. Instead of fancy
Very
pants.
fancy.
Yeah, instead of fancy pants, it's a cute play on words. It's fancy pans. And yeah, it's just rad. I love the colors. Very earthy and cool. And it's functional vintage, which is wonderful. We all love functional vintage. The lid sits on just perfectly. And it is in what I would consider for a 70s pan in like just really darn good shape. Thank you, Kathy Plunkett. I agree, Victoria, like never used. Yeah, it is. It's excellent, which is why I grabbed it. I'm like, someone can use this. It's so cute. Thank you, Kathy. I see you at 22. I'm going to start a countdown. Anyone else wants to get in on my fancy pan, it is time. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it screams 70s. It really does. It is just so good. And it's a nice, like, hefty piece of cookware.
Yeah.
She's fancy. Thank you, Kathy Plunkett. We are looking for that bid end. And it is going to go to you, Kathy. Congratulations. And thank you so much.
Awesome. Congrats, Kathy. All right. I have one of my favorite finds here. I've never found this design of the Home Guard decanter. This is based off of the Cluck Cluck with the spirals that spin around. The Cluck Cluck would have had the middle one going through, and then the spirals go around the sides. This one was done in the early 60s based off of the Cluck Cluck design by Jacob Bang and by Home Guard. Danish glass, really beautiful clarity on it. I'm going to get in on our tag, and the tag there has the number 183, and that's just the design number. So that's your design number. You've got the topper. It has like a dropper effect to it. Really cool. And it just sneaks right down in there, and you've got your spinning value here. So when you fill it full of your bourbon, whatever drink you put in there, you can put milk, whatever, be fancy. You pour it out, and it swirls out. So it gives like a swirl effect rather than like a cluck, cluck, cluck. So it's a neat effect for a pourer. And yeah, the design itself, you can see a little air bubble that's caught in there. You don't see many of those in these pieces. So that, and yeah, there's only two, and they're right by the marking or the sticker. Pretty interesting. But the clarity is like bar none for the Home Guard, just the clear stuff. You can see right through it. And so I like the shape of it too, kind of like a pear. Gives a nice look to it, but then that twist. So they blow the glass and then twist it. And they keep it to where you, I'm like, how do you do that? It's just so brilliant. Timeless. Yeah, put Coke Zero in there, shake it up, and then could be fun. But yeah, it's a really beautiful piece. Harder to find this piece. I did find a couple. They didn't have a stopper, and they were still priced higher than what I'm asking right now, just $42. It's from the early 60s, one of the last designs that Jacob Bang worked on before he passed away, I believe in 66, I think. Don't quote me, somewhere in there. So, yeah, great for a bar, great for a gift as well. And what better than a gift that you can fill full of liquor and say, here you go, have some liquor on me.
We don't really drink, but that is a great gift for someone that does.
It really is. It really is. I love the style, the shape, and like I said, the clarity. It doesn't look like anything's really been stored in it, so no sickness or anything. So just 42, 8 inches tall, Swedish glass by Home Guard.
I love it. Beautiful. You cannot beat that Swedish mid-century glass design. It's that Blinko and Swedish glass. Just my favorite. Speaking of glass, I have some little critters, and we're just going to start these little boogers at $10.
Yes.
And they are going to be choice of 3. First up, we have this really pretty little unicorn head. It dates to the 1980s, and it is bullicante. So bullicante means these controlled bubbles that you see inside. It is a glass blowing technique that is rather difficult, and it is super sweet. This little gal really takes you back to the 1980s, right, Zona? I know. It's so pretty. And the clarity in it is just gorgeous. I don't know a brand or anything. I just think it's pretty. So that is going to be choice number 1, the Bullicante Unicorn. Choice number 2, we have Bullicante Unicorn's bestie, Bullicante Dog. And again, those great controlled bubbles in a pattern. Can you imagine how tedious that would be? Controlled bubbles in a pattern on my little guy. He is cute, smooth little pontal on his bottom, and so great. Look at that nose, little hound dog. So this guy is going to be choice number 2. The unicorn sale that Amy and Holly and I went to was unreal. Yeah, it was a weird one. People are still talking about it. I know. Like here locally, we're all like, remember unicorn estate sale? It was crazy. So, okay, this is the 3rd choice, and this little biscuit's a frog, and he does have some little like end of day colors, cute little splatter with blue, white, green, yellow, red, and he is choice number 3. So none of these have any issues. They're all in nice shape, and they're all really, really fun to set on your tchotchke shelf. I love some clear glass. It shines, and you can always set little lights around these 2 color changing lights to give them a little glow. So we're going to start a countdown. Laza is in at 10. Susan Lee is in at 12. Thank you, friends. And here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ribbit, bit end. Thank you so much, guys. And thanks for hanging out with David and I. It's been a good week in the pick and field. Can't complain. We had no idea we were going to tie into such fancy stuff, and honestly didn't even know what it was till we got home. And we were like, wow, this is some really amazing stuff.
It's an opportunity, just like the unicorn sale. You can only buy so many unicorns. We could only buy so much vintage. So
this is true. This is true. All right. There's the bid in from Vic. Thank you so much, love. Susan Lee is the first person at 14. So Susan, you let me know. Do you want the unicorn? Do you want Froggy Wintercorton? Or the little beagle hound dog Betty? You just let me know, Susan. And then Zona, you are going to be choice number 2, followed by Miss Arvuvu, choice number 3. All right, friends. All right. So Susan Lee is going to take Bullicante Dog. Coming to you, Susan. Yay. All right. And then Zona, I'm pretty confident want a unicorn. Let me know if you want the frog. Unicorn and he's going to take unicorn and frog. You got it. All right. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much. And thanks, Vuvu. Love y'all. All right.
Oh, is everything okay? Was that the door?
The door slammed because our window was open. I'm sorry. That just scared the people.
The rush of wind just blew from the north.
Oh my God. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go close my window in our bedroom. Good Lord.
Hopefully,
you know what comes out of me. Good Lord.
Yeah. I heard it from down here. God dang. All right. Eek. Yes. Oh, the color looks horrible. This is orange, guys, and it's not coming in orange. Sometimes my camera just gets on my nerves. Okay, let's try this. That might be better. Okay, guys, just imagine really vibrant orange, kind of like a rusty orange, actually, with the gold. This is a complete sake set from the 70s. It does still have its original box, 60s, 70s. I don't know for sure. I couldn't date it for sure, but it is in the 60s, 70s. So this is the part that holds the sake. You heard it all the way in Melbourne. Yeah, it knocked a lot of paint off the wall. But yeah, so you've got your 2 sake bottles right here. And then you look at the bottom, you've got the marking on the bottom, and you can see the crazing. They're old. They're not new. Oh, I'm so sorry, Zona. Yeah, I feel you. We have two Chi-Chis that are in their last stages of life, and every day is a blessing, but it's always kind of stressful when they have a bad day. So, oh, it kind of matches the background, really. So yeah, these are your sake bottles. You put your sake in, and then you have the 5 cups for the set, and then you pour your sake into your little sake cups. Great if you like to do sushi, if you want to host, have people over, and you want to do sake rice wine. It's a cheaper, affordable alcohol for sure, and it also pairs nicely if you have like Asian fare. So, and just the mod look of the mid-century look of the gold swipes, the brush marks along, really nice. Like I said, the orange isn't popping in like it should, but it is a nice orange and gold, would sit with all of your 60s and 70s stuff, especially if you have a bar cart, would be awesome. And it comes in its original box, which is nice for having a set. No markings on the box, just kind of a plain set. And then you just set her in there and bam, displays nicely. No damage to any of it as well. So you've got that nice, look at that crazy. And they're all stamped on the bottom. So yeah, sorry about your loss. I know that's tough, but $30 if anybody's interested. I will put it to the side. Sake is a good way to enjoy your day. All right.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting, and I actually like the taste of sake. Like the plum. There's different like flavored kinds, and like the plum one, I know I really liked when we tried it years ago. Okay.
Cool, Niff.
Let's see, where am I? Okay, sorry. It's been a crazy night on our end of distractions, so I apologize. Right. I'm all over the place. I know David is too. Okay, so this is my next round, and it is so pretty. It has a little skeleton key, and I'm starting this at $26. So this is kind of an origin unknown as far as where it came from, but I was able to identify the wood, and it's an Indian rosewood. Otherwise known as shisham is the name that they use for the wood.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty. You can see that there's carved, and this is hand carved. There's a little bird, and we've got some sun rays. So I loved the design on it. And the best part, it has the original key, y'all. Now, it is a skeleton key, which would say, well, this is quite a bit older, right? They did these as repros in the 60s with the skeleton keys. So this box, based on how it's made and the patina and the wear, it is all nailed together, and it's kind of a secret box. So you've got little compartments up here, which is really cool for a jewelry box. But then if you want to have like your secret stash underneath, this comes out, and it's really cool. Now, it is all put together with nails, which David can tell you that is definitely how we can identify some of the older pieces. This one dated to the 60s, which I thought was cool. It is a wonderful little box for any of your small goodies, your keepsakes, your jewelry, what have you. So it is a nice one. The hinges are still in good shape. I love the fact that it does actually lock. So, if you want to put valuables in there, you certainly can. And it's beautiful. It's a nice carved shisham box from the 60s. And that is Indian rosewood, and I'm asking 26 for it. So really just cool 26 if you want to get in on it. The striations in the wood are definitely how you can identify that this is shisham. And all of that is hand carved. So it's pretty cool. It even does have 4 little feet on the bottom that hold it up.
That's cool.
It's a nice one, original key, and really a groovy little piece. It would make a great gift to because it locks. So 26 if you want to get in on it. If not, that's okay. Thank you guys for looking.
Awesome. I love that box. And usually they don't have such just a cool design. There's like a feature or something that it's just not gold. That one is just so unique. So yeah, Amy said it right. That's a cool ass piece. That's right.
That's right.
This is a pretty cool fish. This is studio art glass, and it is made in Maui. So 2009. I'm going to show you its signature. So we've got 2009 on it. Focus. And it is Maui, and then the CSD, that would be the artist's initials. And on the front, you've got the actual marking of the glass company, etching. If it'll come in. It's going to come in. And Hot Island Glass. There you go. Hot Island Glass. And that's the company. They established themselves in Maui in 1980s. And so they're still going. They're still making stuff. It's cool, Victoria. Congrats. That's such a cool box.
So good. Thanks, Victoria.
And so, yeah, you would have to go to Maui to get this piece back in 2009 when it was signed. And it's just a really beautiful sculpt. You've got a lot of Murano styles coming together between the swirl of the blue coming into that clear glass, as well as the pinched off, clipped off fins back here. It's a very interesting technique where they stretch them out, get where they want, and then they cut them off right at the tips. So it kind of gives it almost like a candy look to it. Try to get in. Look at how those are just snipped off to form that beautiful fish. I don't have, I've got some white that'll work, just to show you the blues that pop through. And he's got his eye right there. And it's just glass, so it's like pushed in with a tool to create that eye. And then it's, of course, equal on the other side. So it displays two ways very nicely. And 2009, that means it will be vintage in a few years. But what's more important, it is a glass, beautiful art glass piece done in Hawaii. And you have to go to Hawaii to buy them. So I thought it was a really cool piece at that price.
It is stunning.
And it has such a nice sculpt. You can see very narrow, but hefty, big body. And he's got a little bit of a curve going one way. So it looks like he's going to curve around your bowl, or he can curve away.
He's swimming.
And swimming.
I have never quite seen one like this. We've sold a lot of glass fishes throughout the days.
Yeah.
But this one's really like phenomenal. And all the glass that we got into was signed. How is that? But like, that never happens, you guys.
Well, because we went to a private pick of a real collector, and his parents were real collectors. So, yeah, I mean, you're talking about years and years of special pieces, and only a few pieces are left that they had that they didn't go to family. So, yeah, really beautiful piece. It measures, I think, about 7 inches. I'm looking at my thing. Yeah, 7 inches by 4.5, about 4.5 inches tall. Nice. So just $30 on that beautiful art glass fish. If interested, thank you guys. I call him Bubbles. His name's Bubbles.
His name's Bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've lost a piece of paper. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. I am going to do a quick claim real quick. A quick claim real quick. Yeah. See? Okay. Doot. These are really cool, and they will go fast. I'll give you a number or a letter to type in after I give you the price, and I show them all to you first. First up is Roy Rogers and the mountain lion. And let me tell you, we have mountain lions here in Colorado, more on the west side, not where we live. We have more antelopes out here, but the west side, they get the pumas.
Yes,
we call them pumas out here, but they're not mountain lions. So it's got an inscription that says Richard from somebody, July 1955, which is cute. That is the date on the book. And Roy Rogers, I know my grandpa was a big fan. Yeah, he was doing tricks on his pony, and he saves the day with this pesky mountain lion. Oh my goodness, the action. All right, so that can be first choice. Second choice, I have the Animals Join Farmer Jones, and it is from 1980. It is really cute. Lots of farm life illustrations. Love the cow. We got some chickens. We got some little ewes, lammies, mallards, and toikies, puppies and kitties, and the like. So the Animals of Farmer Jones will be choice 2. Then we have Bugs Bunny and the Health something because it has a 1980s sticker over it, which I think is even more fun, right? The sticker actually says 1989 Mirage Studios. It looks like something from like, I don't know.
Like Saturday morning cartoon stuff.
Yeah. Almost. And it has David's name in it. He wrote it as a boy. Just kidding.
Yep.
And this is from 1986. So Bugs Bunny and the Health Hog. They were going to get the kids in the 80s on that whole aerobics kick that everybody was in on. You got Porky doing some heavy lifting here. Oh my gosh, he's got ice cream on his underpants. Look at him.
There you go.
So silly. I love it. So this is a Bugs Bunny book, choice 3. The last choice is Miss Cinderella. And Cinderella is from 1987. And she does have a blank line. And it says this commemorative edition golden book belongs to. So it is a Disney commemorative from 1987. And we've got Cindy, the classic Disney story, with all of the great Disney illustrations, etc. So these are quick claims, $9 each, letter B. Type in the letter B, and you can take whichever one or ones you would like.
Awesome.
$9 each, letter B. We have Roy Rogers. We have the Animals of Farmer Jones, Bugs Bunny, and Cindy. All right, Zona, tell me which one or ones you would like. Thank you so much. And Gail is the second person in with letter B. All right. So Zona, let me know, and then we'll go to Gail Gaddy. Gail, do you call Steve your Gaddy Daddy?
Gaddy.
I would have a hard time not saying that.
I know you would.
I would. Okay, Gigi, my Zona girl, all 4. You got it, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And congratulations. Thanks, ladies.
All right, I've got a little quick round here. I've got 3 different items. I think they're all great for like your tobacco area, if you have one, or a Tobacciana display. First off, we have Coors. This is from the 50s, and you've got the markings on the back. Definitely were probably sold at the Coors Brewery, and they were definitely used around here at all bars. Oh, Skipper. You okay, buddy? He knocked over my light.
Oh, God. It's been a night of that. What is going on?
I don't know. Luckily, nothing's damaged. Skipper, you all right? That's scary as hell.
Is he okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. It was just the light fell over. You know how it's kind of wobbly? He knocked it, and it just came over.
That to death. Poor Chuchi.
I'm just glad it didn't break anything or him.
Oh, sweet.
Now he's going outside like, okay, I did my damage.
And like, he's with a heart condition that shouldn't have anything startling happen to it.
Right.
Great. Love that. Okay.
As I said.
Yes, sage the hell out of us. Somebody light some sage. Yes.
Right after this, we're going to sage it. And, speaking of sage, this is a great thing to catch your sage in. Just put it right in here.
Oh.
That one right here. Let's show you. Yeah, so I use an old Murano ashtray for our sage. It's
well, we made poor Gail wear pants. That's never good. I'm sorry, Gail.
Well, Gaddy Daddy, it's time to help out.
You call Gaddy Daddy to bring you some fresh drawers.
I can't even sell shit right now. Like, I'm trying to show it. I'm like, there's no point.
I think I give up tonight. I don't even know.
There's just so much going on.
Is this it? I don't know.
But yeah, all is good. So yeah, we've got our ashtray. Woohoo! So here we're gonna get back on track here. I do have this really cool Fenton piece. It's the daisy and buttons green hat, like avocado green. Really nice. I think it's great for a match catcher, or if you do smoke doobies or cigars, you can set them in there. It's just a fun thing for your tobacco collection or other pieces. It doesn't necessarily have to be used. Wow, my scale just turned on and it's weighing in at 1.5 pounds. I don't know what's happening. And last but not least, we've got a new old stock. I don't think this has ever been used. It's not marked. So I don't know how old it is, but it's a nice cigarette case for your little dilly bobbers. Or if you're
I hear your scale beeping at you, David.
I know, stop beeping. What in the world?
It's our postage scale for packages, and it's on, and it wants to weigh your stuff.
The light turned it on or something. So yeah, what's cool about it is usually when you find these, they are engraved. This one has a space for engravement. So if you wanted to do it for a gift, get it engraved. Go to the mall. You know, that's about the only thing you can do at the mall anymore. Get something engraved. And yeah, you've got your little flappers that still work. Put your Q-tips in there. Your fancy ear cleaner. Put those in there. So it's a nice case, great condition, good for a gift too. If you're building a gift for someone, this is just a fun little piece. So I'm gonna just have it open like so. Thank you, Zona, for your bid. We've got our Coors ashtray. And like I said, this would have been used like in restaurants and things like that. Or you could pick it up at the brewery after doing one of their little things. And that was just some ash on there. So let's go ahead and start our countdown before something else.
The Fenton is 10 also. So you can because it's choice.
Yeah. Fenton is also. So these are the choices. We have our Fenton glass piece. We have the Coors, and then we have the cigarette case. And Fenton also is great for a smudge stick. All right, so let's go ahead and start our countdown. We're at 12, looking for 13. Thank you, guys. We're going to buy a new light stand this week. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid N. Right now we're at 12, looking for 13. And I do see two other people in, Zona and Verlaine. But right now, Miff is winning. Let's see what happens. Yes, Susan, you've got the milk glass one. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes. Coors is the home of Coors is in Golden, about an hour and 15 from us.
Yeah. Yep. So we see a lot of Coors stuff here. So Miff, congrats. Let me know if you want the hat. I thought so. Mine's the ghost. Okay, I can't promise that.
You want to go free? All right. The first person in at 10 is Hippie Gigi Zona. So Zona, you are next, and Verlaine, you have choice after Zona.
Okay, thank you so much. So Verlaine passing, no worries, and just let me know, Zona. Thank you.
Thanks, Zona. Congrats, ashtray.
Okay. Got it. Ashtray. Okay. Very cool.
Anybody wants a little smoky silver box, you just let us know.
It just pops open. Ow! I just pinched myself.
I swear to you, we just need to log off. Like, it's been...
No, I would need one of those caffeine drinks.
Oh, no more Alani for you. No, we are never giving David Alani again. Okay, so where's my cat? Here she is. She's sleeping. This is tall MCM Kitty. She is beautiful. Now, she is pretty heavy. She's not monkey pod. She's something else. We're not sure. I think she may be teak. Maybe. We think teak. Okay. And I am starting her, David, at 24. She's very tiki-esque. I feel like if you have a tiki thing going, this would definitely be your cat. But also she is pretty intricately carved. Look at her little toes, which I think are beautiful. And the older ones have these, what I call the alien eyes. So she dates to the 60s, and look at her eyes. They are very alien-esque. And then you have those long, elongated whiskers. Super crazy. And she is so cool. She is in lovely shape. She's got a little, let me show you on her ear. I don't know if it's a repair or if this is just a place where the little wood picked up at some point, but it's not broken and it's definitely on there. So she is so cool. Let me give you the height. So MCM to go with your pottery or your glass. She is 14 inches tall and she's 3 inches wide and 3 inches wide. So she's 14 by 3 by 3. And just a really cool mid-mod piece. She's really lovely. The wood grain on her is quite nice. She does have no, that's supposed to be carved that way. I was going to say she's got a chunk out of her, but she doesn't. That is actually carved to be that way. Yeah. So she's beautiful. I'm asking 24 on big, tall kitty. Super cool. Victoria, that cigarette case is yours, sweetie. Thank you so much. If you want to get in on mid-century cool cat, come on in at 24. That is a good price on her. And she is an older one from the 60s. So dig those groovy alien eyes. Stare through you. Guys, thanks so much.
All right. So I've got a quick claim. This is my last round. And I think
have one more round after you.
All right. And then we're going to have our big recap. So let's start off. I'm going to just show this one here. These are going to be flower frogs, and they're quick claims. This one is with that really cool lusterware style, amber carnival glass, and kind of lusterware look. But I just wanted to note, I found right here, there's just a little itty bitty impact right inside that circle. Just wanted to show that. But this is a 7-hole, 2.5-inch diameter, and a very nice flower frog for many different types of little dishes to make your little flower decorations. This is a 7-inch or 7-hole, 2.5-inch clear flower frog.
And these are great to display marbles. If you are a marble collector, these are hot with the marble people right now.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, and we've got some marbles we're going to be bringing in a couple of weeks. And then we also have this one. This one's 11 holes, and it's about 3.5-inch diameter. And like certain things with these kind of pieces, you don't necessarily have to have a matching piece. Like if you wanted to get crazy and do a floral piece with a chorus base, this is, I'm just showing you that they're just very handy depending on the size. So I'm only doing them $8 each with the letter F as in flower frog, just $8 each, quick claim. And you can get any one that you want depending on the size or what you desire. So yeah, definitely could store those marbles on there.
It's really pretty. Yeah. Susan's in and Verlaine is in. Thanks, girls.
Thank y'all. Susan Arvuvu, let me know if you want carnival, little clear or big clear. And then Verlaine will do the same with you. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Vuvu and Verlaine. These are nice too, especially going into spring and summer. If you like to do flower arrangements, these are perfect for daffodils or your pretties that are growing in the yard. Snip a few and bring them in and make yourself a little arrangement. Yes, great for pens as well, Gail. You are not wrong. I love that. All right, so Voovs is taking the carnival win. You got it. Verlaine, you are next up, honey. Let us know if you want big or little. And then after Verlaine is Karen Fitzgerald. Thank you, girls.
Yep. And you can see how they sit up about the same amount. This one has little feet.
Okay, Verlaine passed. So Karen, let us know, honey, if you want big or little. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. All right. This is my last round. And of course, I had to bring a little Kitsch because it's what I do. And this little cutie is just so sweet. I found her this week, and I feel like she was probably set out for Easter and nobody bought her. So I did because she's cute. And I buy bunnies year round anyway. I don't really care if it's Easter or not. And I know some of you guys collect rabbits too. So I thought she was precious. She has the cutest little eyelashes and yellow flowers. And then she has like a great big pink bow on the back of her head. Thank you, Karen. We got you, sweetie. No worries. And she's just so sweet. And she is going to be a quick claim, and you're going to get a freebie with her. And I'll show it to you after the quick claim. Okay. So she is going to be a quick claim for 10, letter B for bunny. Quick claim, $10, letter B for bunny. And she is just as cute as she can be. Little vintage bunny rabbit. Okay. Bridget, congratulations. Bunny is coming to you. And you're going to get a second one. And the second one has a busted foot and a little chip off of her right there. It's like a teeny tiny flea bite.
Well, that's perfect for Bridget because she creates a lot of stuff with these vintage.
That's what I was going to say. They are perfect for crafting. So congratulations, Bridget. You got them both. Thank you.
Yeah, Bridget. Awesome. So is it recap time then?
It is big old recap time.
Okay. So this recap's going to be crazy. Lights are going to fall. Things are going to be flying from the sides. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. No, let's go ahead. Oh, I've got 3 big pieces back here. I'll start with. Taking my time, rolling around. Okay, so let's start off with big bowls. Big bowls here. These are.
So we cannot lie.
Here we go. We're going to start with our Italian piece. This is 1990s, and it is large. So spooky recaps. Yes, Italian art glass made in the technique of Murano masters. So it's Italian glass, just like Murano, just not made on Murano Island. And it is large, 16 by 15 diameter. It's basically the size of a wash basin. They go for 150 to 200 in this size, $88, just $88 on this, and it could be yours. Excellent condition, has a little bit of iridescence along with all that like opalescence kind of swirling through. A really beautiful mod style piece for sure.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a splash.
A splash, yeah, totally. Splashing down. So this is 88. Just put bowl 88. She's heavy. Thank you. Yes, I do. And this one here, this one's also very large, 16 by 15, and then 4 inches on the depth. And in the light, it comes in very bright. Now it's a little dim because my light changed, but it's like an off-white, very frosty, textured glass piece by made in Pukeberg, Sweden, and it's the Alaska Shell Bowl. So it looks like ice has formed and created a big old bowl. Very large, nice clarity on it for a like a soft matte finish glass. Just asking 42. So 42 on that. I'm going to show you the size.
It
big
is
spider web. Yeah, and if you are thinking Halloween with this design, I mean, that would be amazing. Yes, Pukeberg. Pukeberg. It's a cool place to go. Yes, a very nice bowl, 42. And then I had my Sunoco from 1956, the 5-gallon jug. Okay, our Vuvu I think will still be here. And this is $56. I'm asking 56. They go 100 to 200. So offering it here for 56. Otherwise, it'll go to eBay. A nice large size, 17 inches, but shipping will be affordable because it's empty and the handle comes down. So just put in oil can, 56. All right, those were the biggies that I had to do. And now we'll look at these. I've got this 1960s, early 1970s sake set. It's complete in its box with that fun little, now there's some staining on the like nesting display box, but that's just from years of displaying them and storing them in there. You've got markings on all the pieces in crazing and a really beautiful orange rust with that gold trim around, brush stroke around, and then gold edge on the top. So $30 for the complete sake set, 2 bottles and 5 cups.
That is so pretty. Very mid-century.
Very mid-century. Beautiful display, but also very usable vintage. Did someone get that last flower frog? Hold on just a second. Oh, I have
flower frog.
Yeah, clear glass flower frog with 11 holes, $8 on that. Just put flower frog 8. And now we're going to get into some of this glass. So I also have this really beautiful piece here. I know. I thought the same thing, Karen. I didn't know why that was on there. It has something to do with the company. But yeah, this is from the early 60s. Really beautiful decanter with the twist top, like the Cluck Cluck by Jacob Bang for Home Guard. That is $42. $42. Excellent condition, no issues at all. With this nice little dripper stopper. 42 decanter. I had my Maui glass from 2009. Beautiful fish for $30. $30 on this guy. Really nice, large, 7 inches long. Cut off glass right here, very mod.
You can literally see where they snipped the glass with the scissors.
Yep, just snip, hot glass. And then you've got your signature, the artist, and then the glass company etched on the bottom there. So high-end glass from Maui from 2009. What did I say? 30. Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
I also have, this is a signed glass piece that is very fancy from Canada. Let's get that. And it's Arc is the name, the artist's name, and then was made in Calgary. So this piece I was asking 44, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 44. And he is about 6 inches tall, a really beautiful free form polar bear from Canada. And the artist's signatures on the bottom, studio glass will go nowhere but up in value as it gets older, especially with that wonderful signature. So 42 polar bear. And then I've got toucan. I got toucan Sam. He is, where did I put his stuff? Because I can't remember the name. Venezuela is where this guy came from.
Yes.
Venezuela.
Mid-century 50s Venezuela.
Yes, yes. And it's a really beautiful piece on that block of ice glass. The eyes are inset with glass as well. Excellent condition. This one is not signed. They generally weren't. We would have had like a little sticker, but I was asking 28, just 28 on this guy. Really cool bird in that Swedish form going on here. So just 38 toucan. And then our golf club bird for 34.
Very cool.
Very nice folk art. I would say 70s, most likely. Could be a little newer, but it's definitely an older wood golf club and sculpted into just the perfect little crane or bird of water bird, aquatic bird.
It could even be a flamingo.
I can be anything you want.
That's right.
All right. So 34 on our bird. And that's everything, I believe. Yeah, that's everything for me.
Okay. All right. I am going into my recap now. All right. This is a really fantastic piece of lace. It is Orinberg lace. If you know, you know. Usually made with French bobbins. Very difficult to make. Very few people still know how to even do this. So $30 on the Orinberg lace doily. These are a hot commodity, and if you find like the Orinberg lace shawls, they made shawls, this type of really intricate lace too. Those are like $200. So yes, 30 on the large Orinberg French bobbin lace hand knit like gossamer web technique doily. So put in 30 doily. Okay. And then I had the crystalline glazed piece. This is by a famous potter known in circles. Her name is Louise Redding from San Diego. She's also in the Potter's Guild there. And she really did a lot of perfecting of this crystalline glaze in pottery made in the 80s and 90s. I'm asking 54. Usually mistaken for glass. Louise made a lot of these for different museum stores. She also has her work displayed in several museums as well. So Begonia is a good movie, Wordsmith. We really liked it. What'd you think about the ending? We don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but
Right.
I want to go back and watch it again after knowing the ending. We haven't yet,
It's
but
one of those.
and it was good.
Yeah.
So 54 on this stunner. It is a really lovely piece, and it's a hard to do technique called crystalline pottery. So 54 on this. All right. I'm asking 175 on my Corning Glass Museum. Dan Shackelford. I'm sorry, not Shackelford. What was his last name? Sherlock. Dan Sherlock piece. He is a master gaffer for Corning Glass. This piece is not vintage, but it is very collectible. 2012 to 2018. You can see it was originally $275 at the Corning Museum of Glass. Someone purchased it, and it is signed by Dan himself. You've got Sherlock right there. So really collectible, 175. Put in teardrop, 175, and that can be yours. Then I had this really fun little cookie jar. It is made by Frank Homa Pottery, And it is a great big ice cream cone. They did this as a promotional piece for Brahms in 1997. And these are pretty hard to come by. And because it's Francoma, sometimes they can go up to around $100. I'm asking 40 for mine. It is a Francoma cookie jar made for Brahms as a promotional piece in 97. And it is kitschy and absolutely adorable. Yeah. So 40, put in big ice cream, 40, and that can be yours. Okay. Then I had my really, really high-end piece. This is Italian style inlay, and I'm asking $550 for that. Annette, you got it, sweetie. That is yours. Let me write you down for the ice cream cone. It is super cute, and it'll be actually really adorable with all your stuff, Annette. Annette has such a fun toy collection. I tell you what, she's got some amazing stuff. All right, so Annette, I got you down for the cookie jar, sweetie. This I was asking $550 for. And again, if you want to email me and you would like to be discreet about bidding on this, I understand it's a lot of money. It is semi-precious stones. It is lapis lazuli, coral, agate, turquoise, malachite, and others. And it is an Italian style called Petra Dura that was adopted in popularity in the 70s in India. And because this is so ornate and this piece is so large, it is solid marble with inlay. I'm asking $550, and again, they go from $1,200 to $1,700 elsewhere.
Instant investment. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. So $550 on the inlay marble piece. If anybody is interested, again, I know that's a high-end piece, but we'll send it to eBay if it doesn't find a home. No worries. Oh, I have this really fantastic art piece by Brian Andreas. It's called Connection. And the only other one is on eBay right now for $80. So I'm asking $55. It is signed by Brandon Andreas. And it also is named Connection. And I'll read you the little write-up on it. It says here, there came a moment in the middle of the song when she suddenly felt every heartbeat in the room. And after that, she never forgot that she was a part of something much bigger, which is a really sweet message. So these are Brian Andreas's story people. He did an entire line of these watercolor and inks. This is a litho of his work, and it is signed. So I'm asking $55 on this. $55 on the Brian Andreas framed piece. It is matted as well. Let's see. We did that. Okay. And I had my Chinese vase that dates to the 50s and 70s. It is signed on the bottom, and it comes with its original wooden stand for $135. It is quite ornate and lovely, and this is signed on the bottom, Show, SHOW. It means it's got the longevity seal. It is more desirable because of that stamp. But from the state-run Maker's Mark is what it is, from Beijing and Tianjin. So Tianjin, sorry. Brass edging with a patina. It is cloisonné, which is a really beautiful form of art. It is 15 inches tall, and I'm asking $135 with the wooden stand. Typically goes for like $250 and up. So $135 on my Chinese piece. Again, a little out of my wheelhouse, but so stunning. Really thrilled to get that piece. And then I had my little teakwood. Where did he go? My little teakwood guy. I will do him for $22. If anybody wants to grab this guy, $22 on the beautiful mid-century teakwood cat. Just put $22 in. And that is it for me. Yeah. Cool. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. And if anybody wants to claim something between now and when we get this stuff listed on eBay, don't hesitate to email us. We'll get you fixed up. Thank you so much. And okay, Nicole, I put you down for the kitty for $22. Thank you so much.
No, Susan. I still have my glass polar bear. He's available. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, and I had him at 46.
Yes. Awesome.
Awesome.
All
Thank you.
right. Fantastic. Yes, that is everything, you guys. Thank you so much. Victoria, thanks for doing those bid ends all night. You rock. I appreciate your time. And thank you, Mod Squad, all of you girls that have a wrench. I appreciate all of you. I could not run a sale without my squad. So thank you all for being here and helping out and being big cheerleaders. We appreciate you all. Yes, thank you, Brie. I hope you have a good week too, sweetie. Much love to you. Again, if there's anything you're claiming, email us immediately. And yeah, it's been a fun night. Thank you for appreciating the high-end goodies that we have. And we'll be sending these over to eBay. Definitely check out the shop. There's some new stuff this week that's been added. The eBay link is in the description of this video, and it's also at the top of the chat as well. So, okay, Vuvu wants to take that little bear off your hands. Okay. Congratulations, Susan. It's a very quality piece. You'll be really impressed with the clarity and the quality of that bear. So thank you. Thank
you. Yes, thank you. And Sarah, I had a question for you. Wednesday, we're going to be here on YouTube Wednesday night, right?
I'm pretty confident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have Thursday night over on Knickknacks. We're doing a little 15-minute holiday Halloween, halfway to Halloween, if you can believe it, halfway to Halloween sale. So I'll have a Knickknack spot on Thursday at 6:15. That is Eastern time. So if you have Knickknacks, come join me Thursday. And then Wednesday night, yes, we should be here. I'm meeting with the eBay guy, I think, tomorrow. So I'll let you know more on the eBay front. But yes, we're still going to be working over there. They're just working out some kinks on their categories. So, All right, guys, let us know if anybody has questions. And guys, we're living in weird times. I know all of us are feeling it. Hug someone this week. Do something kind for someone. Reach out. Be a friend. And yeah, if you're lonely, hit us up. We're here. We're not just sellers. We're multitaskers in the social world. So guys, have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for supporting small business during really hard times. And we appreciate all of you so much. Yes. And I love my mods. You guys know that. So, all right. Be safe out there. Peace, love, and vintage. Until Wednesday. We'll see you then. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night, guys.